Today we're playing Splendor, a card-based board game designed by Marc-Andre and published by Space Cowboys. Splendor accommodates 2 to 4 players and is an engine-building strategy game where everyone seeks prestige. Prestige points are gained through purchasing developments and by attracting nobles. The first player to reach 15 points triggers the final round of the game, and the player with the most points wins. Players take turns collecting resources and purchasing developments that enhance their economy. There are 5 different gems, each with their own distinct color. Gold pieces are wild and can count as any of the 5 gem types. On a player's turn, they can take one of 4 actions. The first is taking 3 gem pieces of different colors. If there are not enough pieces, fewer than 3 can be taken. Gold pieces are excluded. The second option is taking 2 pieces of the same color. This action can only be taken if there are at least 4 pieces of the color. Again, gold pieces are excluded. Third, a player may opt to pick up and reserve a development card in their hand. This action can only be taken if the player has less than 3 cards. The player also gets a gold piece. Finally, the last option is to play a development card either from the table or from the player's hand. The development card is placed on the table in front of that player. When playing a development card, the purchase price must be paid regardless of whether it is played direct from the table or from a player's hand. The price is shown in the bottom left corner. Once a development card is in play, it can then be used once each turn to reduce the cost of future development cards by 1 gem of its color. Development cards are divided into 3 decks representing their level of value and purchase price. Players can reserve or play any of the cards on their turn. At the end of each player's turn, they should compare their development cards in play against the attraction criteria on the noble tiles. A player can take 1 noble at the end of their turn if they have a sufficient number of development cards in play of the correct colors. Gems and gold pieces are not used here. Once a player has earned at least 15 prestige points, the game enters the final round, with the other players getting 1 additional turn. The player with the most prestige points wins.
I like to get as many resources and resource cards as I can so that I can afford things easily as we go through the game, because it can get really hard to get cards if you have to rely on just the gems for buying things.
For sure, establishing a strong economy towards the beginning of the game is really important. You don't want to be messing around with trying to collect gems towards the end of the game.
I entirely base what cards I play based on the nobles at the top.
Timing is very important with getting the right cards that you need, because if you're not on the right turn, right when stuff comes up, then other people grab it and you miss out. Can't plan on a lot of things either, because cards come and go and the resources you need change quickly.
Yeah, and there's only 8 of each color in the starting deck, so you kind of gotta get what you need before everybody else gets it.
I try to be as flexible as possible and not worry about missing a card because it doesn't happen to be my turn.
And what other strategies do you have?
I always play more offensive instead of defensive, and I'll take stuff that I know other people need just so that they can't have it, and it gives me more time to get to 15 points.
That 15 points comes up quick when it comes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So you gotta pay attention to other people and what they have so that you know how quickly you need to be moving along with the game and what you might be able to do to slow them down.
Building a diverse economy with development cards across all colors is a good strategy. Alright, let's review Splendor. Topping out at just 4 players, you're not really going to be able to entertain a big crowd, but it's an easy game to pick up and play.
And it requires about 1 playthrough to really learn the game.
We give it 3 stars.
Sometimes I wish we had a second set when we have people over. The game starts at a slow, relaxed pace before accelerating to a fast finish.
And we really enjoy the strategy, so we give this
3 stars.
I think we almost gave it 4.
The only issues we had were for the player marker, and the cards were maybe a little flimsy, but it was very nicely put together.
What'd we give it, Ellie?
4 stars.
The gameplay is very smooth and efficient. The random effect of shuffling makes for a different game each time, but playing more than 2 to 3 sequential games can lose its magic.
We enjoy playing every time we play.
3 stars.
There are also some expansions that we haven't tapped into yet.
We did find this to be a unique game, not like ones we'd played before.
It has a simple elegance that I appreciate. What did we give it, Ellie?
3 stars.
Overall, Splendor is a fun experience that provides easy entertainment for a small group, simple mechanics and strategy when you have an hour to relax.
We hope you get the chance to try playing Splendor. See you next time. Bye!